I think convenience is killing us. I think convenience is making everything a lot worse for us in this generation and the next. People think that convenience makes life easier, it gives us time to do other things, but the reality of it is most people aren't using convenience to get things done. People are using convenience so they have more time to keep doing nothing. People use convenience to watch more TV, to look at more social media, to sit longer on the couch. I wouldn't have a problem with convenience if people used it to take advantage of that time they're saving, to do something to make them better, more physically fit, stronger, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Having a daughter who's coming up on 10 years old, she's getting to the age to where lessons have to be learned, and choosing how to present those lessons and instill those strengths starts to conflict how you were presented them as a child, because you know what didn't work, but you also know what did work. And one of the most frustrating things about being a parent is that my daughter is now bringing home the mentality that the school board and her peers are imprinting onto her. And, unfortunately, that message is lack of accountability. That message is nothing is ever your fault. There's no accountability. That message is it's okay to be weak physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And I'll say it again, accountability. Like, there's no accountability. There'll be so many times to where something will happen and that's not my fault. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. Or she'll get upset if you speak on something, or if she gets called out on something. She turns into a victim. She acts something along the lines of just being called out for something. You get the reaction as if you just whipped her 10 times with a belt, or if you just oppressed her, for weeks on end. And it's getting to the point where leading by example is no longer enough. Leading by example is no longer enough. There has to actually be some messages sent from us as parents. Because I honestly truly feel that we're a generation or two away from a massive change in how this world operates. With as weak as we're getting, as lazy as we're getting, I honestly feel it's only a matter of time before there's a massive change in this country and in this world on how we live our lives day to day. I honestly feel that a lot is going to be taken away from us in this generation or the next. And I'm honestly scared of that. And nobody is preparing the next generation to be self-reliant, to have accountability, to do what's right. And I think it needs to start with us. I think that everybody should be doing things on a daily basis that they don't want to do. I think everybody should be doing things on a daily basis that are uncomfortable, that don't have to be done. I think we need to be doing stuff that is difficult and not fun and not satisfying on a daily basis, because it prepares us, it calluses us for when things happen in life that we have to do that aren't fun, that are out of our control, that can knock us down. Because the more of a callus that you can build up, the more proactive work you can do to build yourself a callus means that when those things happen in real life that are out of our control, instead of them knocking us down for a month, they knock us down for 2 weeks. And the next thing that comes around, it's supposed to knock us down for a month, and it knocks us down for a week. And all of a sudden, there isn't anything that life throws at you that you can't recover from so much more quickly than everybody else, which means you're going to be more prepared to handle the world much more than anybody else is. You need to develop that callus, because there are things in this world that are going to happen to us that we have no control over. Loved ones dying tragically, losing a job. There's things that are catastrophic in our lives that are going to happen that aren't our fault. But the thing you have to remember is getting knocked down is not your fault. Staying on the ground is 100% your fault. We are not victims of our circumstances. We're products of our effort. Getting knocked down is not our fault. Staying on the ground, that's 100% our fault. You need to get back up when shit happens, because nobody's coming to save you. The world doesn't care if you get knocked down. People aren't lining up to take care of you. And they might be for a little while. Some people might have that, but you're giving people a disservice for taking care of them, because there will be times in their lives when they have to take care of themselves. It's difficult to teach your child to be self-reliant, because if we do not take this time now to show them that shit will happen, you're going to be on your own in a little while. And if you don't learn how to be self-reliant, if you don't learn how to get back up after stuff happens, if you don't learn how to work through difficult times, when you're out there all alone in the real world, you're just going to be another victim. You're just going to be another number. You're just going to be another person lost in the shadows. And that's no way to live. So make an effort to do stuff that you don't want to do on a daily basis. Make an effort to do stuff that is uncomfortable. Make an effort to do stuff that is physically, mentally, emotionally painful to a degree. Improve yourself that you can work through it. You need to build that callus, because shit will hit the fan. It's inevitable. Stuff will happen. And the callus that you have built up to dealing with stuff like that is unpleasant will dictate how you recover. I cannot stress this enough. Getting knocked down is not your fault. Staying on the ground is 100% your fault.